Hello, my name is William James. Welcome to this episode of The Bald Book Geek. We are doing voiceover only because I'm having technical problems and I was going to do this one on camera. Hello. So, Sandman is coming to Netflix by the brilliant Neil Gaiman, and I adore Sandman. I adore Neil Gaiman. I've read everything that man has ever written, and then some. I've also met him. He's rather fantastic, and I want to say this. I do feel like he's being somewhat hypocritical in this situation with the adaptation. So Neil Gaiman himself tweeted, "Yes, but the fan base are fans. They like the source material because it's the source material they like. So if you do something else, you risk alienating the fans on a momentous scale. It's not Batman if he's now a news reporter in a yellow trench coat with a pet bat." Now, in fairness, I would read that. Bruce Wayne as a news reporter with a pet bat would be weird. Neil Gaiman, write that, please. On the other side of it, the adaptation of The Sandman, which is coming, and this tweet was quite apparent, whatever The Sandman is, it isn't the fans. It isn't for fans. Lucifer has been you can see it here. Race swapped, gender swapped, and so on. I find that kind of disheartening because it shows a hypocritical side, but it also shows that Netflix don't care about actual diversity, they care about equity, and they are two massively different things. And I do wonder, and it's sad to say that we're at a point culturally where I do question if certain actors are hired for things because they're good actors versus are they there for another reason. And also these companies such as Netflix, Disney and so on will take their actors, female actors and black actors and so on, and throw them in the firing line of criticism. If you dare criticise us, you are a ist or a bigot or some other buzzword that's going on right now. They use them to shield from the blame. I don't know much about this show. I've seen some trailers, I've seen some pictures. So far it looks very unlike the comic books visually, which I hope they haven't gone for a super real world aesthetic for this, because that's the visuals of Neil Gaiman are part of his charm. But also sort of race washing and gender washing characters, both fictional and historical, I find very bad taste, because it basically says there aren't any good enough black characters or original characters to be played by black actors. So we're going to put you here instead. So that I find equally bizarre. Anne Rice's interview with a vampire, they were uncomfortable with a plantation owner, but they made Louis a black pimp. Literally. I find that uncomfortable. I will put it that way. I find that very uncomfortable on a level that is just, Why are they doing this? And we've seen it in other things. Anne Boleyn, for example, portrayed by a black actress, and a well-known king, a historical figure, a king portrayed by a black woman in the new Viking series. You can't erase history. As much as people want to, you cannot erase history, and that would never have happened. And I think historical figures are extremely important to remain as they actually were, or as close to they actually were as we know. And, this does open the door. It's okay to race wash a historical figure that's Anne Boleyn, for example. But if you had a black historical figure or a black fictional character played by a white or an Asian or any other person that is not black, it would basically be all hell would break loose and the mouth of hell would happen. So you can't have it one way and have it the other. It has to go both ways, and it has to, again, equality versus equity. I don't think this adaptation is for the fans. I don't think Netflix have made this with people who like his literary work, Neil Gaiman's literary work, in any way. I think they've firmly made this just for the sake of it. They had the IP. It will make them money, and it will bring in the casual viewer. I don't think this is going to bring in the fans, and I don't think it's going to bring in people who adore Gaiman's work, but also Neil Gaiman's hypocrisy here is quite interesting, and I do find like maybe maybe, Neil, don't tweet things. You know, don't be so obvious. But yeah, I do find this kind of idea of what they're going to do with the show bad, and I think so far it looks very unlike the comic books in every way, shape and form. Although apparently the story is meant to be very close. So tell me what you think in the comments below, and I will talk to you guys later.